Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Osama Said. This is part 4 of You Don't Have to Be a Scholar to see that Mirza Ghulam was false. I continue now with a further point. As I say, there are many points. Once again, as I promised earlier, I actually don't have any paperwork in front of me. I don't have any books or anything in front of me. Everything we will have online, inshallah, most of it, and the rest of it are in the printouts that I have of Mirza Ghulam's books. But right now I'm talking to you as just having a conversation with you, as it were, a virtual conversation. And the next point I'm going to talk about is where Mirza Ghulam had a prophecy which, one of his many failed prophecies, which they wouldn't, the Ahmadiyya organization will do their best to cover up and hide from you, or they try to defend it, they try to twist it. And how to try to twist it, you'll find out when I give you further details, give you a little bit more details about the prophecy of him stating that he'll live to 80 years old, 80. Now Mirza Ghulam said that in 1857, he was approximately 17 years old, and he had a bit of a stubble, like a little very light beard, facial hair, that kind of thing. So he stated himself that in 1857 he was 17 years old. 1857 minus 17 is 1840. So if he was 17 in 1857, that means he was born in 1840. Even if there's a few months gap here and there, and you could say, okay, 1839, maximum. It won't go lower than that. 1839, be it January or December, whatever, 1839 then. Okay, so if he was 17 then, so it's either 1840 or 1839. Just to keep it clear, because I don't want to confuse you, let's just go with 1840. It could be 80. He could have been born in 1839, maybe December or November, which is 1 month or 2 months. It's not several years. So I'm not going to be far off with what I'm going to say. So obviously, let's say he's born in 1840. He died in 1908, in May 1908. Simple mathematics. 68 years old. 68 years old. Probably with a few months on top of that. So it's possible that he was near to 69. But as I say, I don't want to confuse you. So he died 68 years old. He prophesied what? 80 years old. And a prophecy is something that is something that he states that it's a touchstone. The touchstone of his truthfulness are his prophecies. Touchstone. So it's basically the strongest evidence in his favor are his prophecies. He died in 1908, so he was 68 years old if we go by him being born in 1840. And as you say, even a maximum, if it's a few months give and take, close to 69. So he's 11 to 12 years off that prophecy. 11 to 12 years. A year is with 365 days. 12 times 365 is going to be well over 4,000 days off. 4,000 days wrong in his prophecy. Obviously, he changed it afterwards as well. It might be give or take 5 years here or there, forward or back. Still, he's way off. 5 years but back is 75. He died 68 or 69 maximum. So you're going to hear, these twisted versions of, it's close to it. Oh no, sorry, you're going to hear the disgusting version actually of where Mirza Bashir ad-Din, the second leader, they call him the Khalifa, the second leader of Ahmadiyya, who was his son. His son came after Mirza Ghulam died, obviously, and wrote in one of his books that he was able to establish that his father was born in 1835. So this Mirza Ghulam, who's claiming to be a prophet, claiming to be the defender of Islam, the establisher of the dominance of Islam, didn't even know when he was born, when I've just said to you, of course, that he said in 1857 he was 17. His own son comes and makes his father as if his father's wrong. No, but my dad was actually born in 1835. So his father, the Prophet, who is supposed to be clear, supposed to be a strong-minded person, a strong-charactered person, doesn't even know when he's born. But his son has to come and say, after he dies, his son comes and says that he was born in 1835. Any astute listener right now will know the benefit of adding those 5 years, because adding those 5 years onto, for example, if we say like he was born, if we say, for example, not for example, sorry, if we say he was born, which 1840, which Mirza wrote himself, so he died 68 or 69, add those 5 onto the 69, you now have a totally different picture, because 69 plus 5 makes it 74. 74, you then find Mirza wrote in one of his books somewhere, because he got closer to his death and he started thinking, damn, my health is really bad, I don't think I'm going to make it to 80. So he had to do a little, qualification to his prophecy. Started saying something like, no, it could be 5 years less or more, So 5 years less, if you take that, then that's 75. So now by his son's deception, he's now 70, the 74 is only 1 year off the 75. So you see how the deception has just been formulated and carried out. By adding those 5 years, you've then made Mirza Ghulam's prophecy, which obviously his add-on to the original prophecy, the plus or minus 5 years is an add-on. The original prophecy was that he'll live to 80 years old, 80. So then you get 74 years old. See? So this is the response that you will get out of any missionary. And he'll be so confident, by the way, because this is my experience with them. They act so confident that, oh, you're so wrong and you've really misunderstood it. You haven't misunderstood anything, my dear brother and sister. Have a strong character, have a strong mind, and have a fair mind. Don't be just pushed around, so to speak, in the conversation with any of these missionaries or any of these people. Don't be pushed around. If they're giving you something that doesn't make any sense, tell them, look, that doesn't make any sense, and I'm standing my ground because what you're saying doesn't make any sense. You will never see them listen to everything you say and give you an answer. They will give you a response. They won't give you an answer. But you will listen to everything they say and you will give an answer to what they say or respond to it with your knowledge or with common sense. Like what the common sense that I just, for example, just showed you, how can his own son come and change it afterwards and that kind of thing. So, this is a really big point, for all you listeners out there. It's an example of the, how do you say, the shadiness, the dalam, the maze that you're going to feel you're in, because I felt I was in it. That maze that you're in, you come with something clear that this is wrong, and they do their best to make it nice and cloudy for you. Just like you have a nice, pure, clean, transparent glass of water. And you come to them and say, look guys, this is a clean, transparent glass of water. I can see this thing for myself. It's very clear. You know what they'll do for you? They won't just take your glass of water and spill it. They'll put a bit of mud in there for you. Make it nice and cloudy for you so that you start getting confused. You start thinking, maybe I've got it wrong. No, you haven't got it wrong, my dear brother or my dear sister. You haven't got it wrong. Trust in yourself. Trust in Allah. And use your own common sense. I mean, a lot of people, they go down, of course they do istikhara. Some people do istikhara to ask Allah if it's right or wrong. To be fair with you, I did istikhara myself before I went into Ahmadiyya. And subhanallah, what a bad mistake that I made. But alhamdulillah, I come out of it very strong. And as I said in the previous recording, I'm hell-bent on warning other people to not join this organization. It's an organization, it's not true Islam, it's an organization. So please stay tuned for my further uploads, and bi'Iznillah, may Allah always guide us, keep us away from falsehood, keep us away. It's not just Ahmadiyya who's falsehood, obviously you got false prophet there, but there's a lot of falsehood going around in the world nowadays and pollution of our beautiful religion. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.